Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are making a fan favorite, Zuppa Toscana at home. If you've ever been to the Olive Garden, you probably had a bowl of this creamy, comforting soup. Today I'm going to show you how to make Zuppa Toscana soup at home. It's hearty, full of flavor, and perfect for those colder days. So grab your ingredients and let's get cooking. You will need a yellow onion. To dice a yellow onion, first peel it and cut it in half lengthwise, leaving the root intact. Make a series of parallel slices vertically down the onion, not cutting all the way through the root. Then rotate the onion and make horizontal slices across the previous cuts again, stopping just before the root, resulting in small pieces. If you like garlic as much as I do, then peel 5 whole garlic cloves. If you like less, then use 2 to 3 garlic cloves. I like to roughly chop the garlic into slices. Then I'll take my knife, rocking it back and forth over the garlic until it's finely minced. Peel 5 to 6 potatoes. Cut them in half, lengthwise. Then slice them into a moon shape, just like the Olive Garden. Make sure not to slice them too thin, otherwise they will disintegrate in the soup. Then you'll want to place them in a bowl with cold water to stop them from oxidizing. Now to enhance our Zuppa Toscana soup, I'm going to add 1/8 teaspoon of Italian seasoning and 1 teaspoon of red crushed peppers. I like my soup spicy, but feel free to add as little as much as you like. In a separate bowl, add 2 tablespoons of flour. Now that we have everything prepared, let's start cooking. Now I'm going to use 10 ounces of bacon. Cut the bacon in half and slice them into smaller pieces. On medium heat, cook the bacon and make sure not to step away and stir, breaking them apart. The bacon is going to give the soup extra flavor. I like to use the bacon as croutons in my soup, but feel free to throw them back into the soup at the end. Once the bacon is cooked, place them on top of a paper towel to drain any excess oil. There will be extra bacon fat, and we won't need it all. Reserve 2 to 3 tablespoons of bacon fat in the pot and set the rest in a small bowl. Add the diced onions and minced garlic to the pot and stir them. Cook them for 2 minutes until the onions are softened and the garlic becomes fragrant. Next, add the Italian seasoning and red crushed peppers to warm up the spices. They are going to release their own essential oils and enhance the flavor and aroma. This will help create a robust taste to your Zuppa Toscana soup. I like to use 16 ounces of mild Italian ground sausage. Add them into the pot and break apart the sausage into smaller pieces. Brown it for about 7 minutes or until it's completely cooked through. This step is key to gain all that rich, savory flavor into the Zuppa Toscana. After the sausage is completely cooked through, add in the 2 tablespoons of flour. Give it a good stir and cook out the raw flour. The flour will help thicken the soup. You will need 32 ounces of chicken broth. Add it in slowly while stirring. I like to add the chicken broth in 3 parts. By doing this, it provides a smoother and silkier texture to the Zuppa Toscana soup. If you're not a fan of chicken broth, feel free to use vegetable broth. Add 2 cups of water or 16 ounces of water to the pot. Next, add the sliced potatoes. I didn't leave the skin on the potatoes because I'm not a fan, but if you are, feel free to leave it on. The skin provides extra texture and nutrients. Now let everything simmer for another 10 to 15 minutes or until the potatoes are tender. Okay, don't judge me. The kale in the produce aisle didn't look nice, so I grabbed it from the frozen aisle. Add in the frozen kale into the pot. If you're using fresh kale, make sure to remove the stem and chop it into bite-sized pieces. It adds a nice pop of color and texture. Kale is a perfect complement to the rich broth. Then add in 1 cup of heavy cream. This gives the Zuppa Toscana a signature creamy texture. You can use half and half if you want a lighter version, but I recommend going for the full cream to get that authentic, comforting taste that you would get at the Olive Garden. Now season your soup with salt and pepper to taste. I use 1 teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of black pepper. Stir everything together and let it simmer for another 5 to 10 minutes until everything is heated through. The Zuppa Toscana soup is so rich and hearty, the perfect balance of creamy and savory and a little kick from the red crushed peppers and sausage. You're going to love this recipe. Let's taste it. You got the nice bacon, the kale, ooh, it's hot, the potato, I put some Parmesan cheese on it too. It's hot. This is so good. This is warm, it's hearty, it's perfect for this fall winter season. Oh my goodness, this is so good. You have to give this recipe a try. Thanks for cooking along with me today. If you love my Zuppa Toscana soup recipe, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more comforting recipes like this. Let me know in the comments, how do you like your Zuppa Toscana? Do you like it spicy or mild? I'll see you next time. Bye!